Most revered Swami Prabhananji Maharaj, President of this session, other revered monks, distinguished guests, and my dear friends. It's a matter of immense joy and divine grace for me to speak on the subject in this holy premises of Belur Mutt. I am proud to be a volunteer of this Sangha in Patna, and my parampara or tradition starts from young Gadai serving the monks in Kamarpukur, little Sharada serving the famine-stricken people by cooling the hot khichdi, selfless Narain giving the needy friars the articles from the window, Master Mahasaya bringing young boys to Thakur, Alasinga Perumal and other brave Madras lads collecting funds to send Swamiji to the west, Goodwin giving us the treasure of Swamiji's lecture, MacLeod bringing all the best things of the world to the service of India, and so on to all those be touched and inspired to sacrifice for the great wave of power called the Ramakrishna movement. Friends, in previous sessions, we got a fair idea of what the Sri Ramakrishna movement is. We also came to know about the main motto of the movement, that is Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitayacha. And to realize these ideals, the prescribed method is practice of all four yogas as depicted in our monograms. For culture of this, Swamiji gave convenient institute by establishing Sri Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission or the Great Sangha. By getting the privilege of participating in the movement, we get the opportunity to cultivate the character according to these ideals of the age. The Holy Trio always felt happy when they saw anyone becoming conscious of their divine nature and manifesting it in every moment of their lives. Therefore, the first and foremost role of the volunteer is to mold himself in the character of Sri Ramakrishna and try to crystallize the above ideals into actions. Friends, it was in Kasipur that volunteer young boys were transformed into monks by Sri Ramakrishna. Thakur called them Antaranga. He also compared them to the inner pillars of Nat Mandir of Dakshineshwar Kali temple and other devotee volunteers to the outer pillars. Volunteers should always remember that their role is supportive to these four inner pillars in the form of monks. But the monks by themselves are few in number, and more paid staffs will dilute the ideals and degradation would set in. So the volunteers keep the spirit in a manifested state. They are the Kriya Shakti behind the movement. They contribute selflessly and generously in various activities and services organized by Ashrama. They this maintains the continuity of inspiration as the basis of functioning. They form the crucial link of inspiration between monks and staffs. Out of these volunteers, some earnest souls may prefer to be a monk in the monastic order, and a paid staff may also get inspired to become a volunteer as Goodwin did. We know that volunteers come from all walks of professions of society, like academicians, doctors, engineers, programmers, teachers and nurses, nursing assistants, etc. They will play, and they all play a great role in various spiritual, social, cultural and educational activities of mission. But we all should keep in mind that the only qualification of volunteer in this movement is the Tyaga and Seva. As we know that this is the age of information technology, so neither mission nor volunteering is untouched of it. and the challenges of connecting those unconnected can effectively be met by our IT savvy volunteers. A cyber volunteer can do this efficiently by digitizing the scriptures and literatures and developing the elegant websites of ashrama and mission. A volunteer, by his bearing and conduct of selfless service, becomes a role model for society, and he inspires others in his community to tread the same path. This way, our world gets motivated, selfless and service-minded individuals. Friends, since the ideas of Sri Ramakrishna are modern, universal and practical in nature, the Sangha has expanded and will continue to expand. The rising number of requests for its branches at new places is very much evident. For its expansion, the thousands of spirited volunteers would always be required. Therefore, organizing volunteers at central level like the monastic members and Bhava Prachar Parishads is the need of the moment. Also, a national database for registered volunteers would go a long way in realization of the goals of the movement. This would enable their deputation in their excelled tasks according to the need of the place. And the orientation camp such as this is indeed a great breakthrough for the realization of greater possibilities in coming future. With this, I wish to conclude and thank Mission for giving me an opportunity to share my views to all. Thank you very much. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Mastu.